My breakthrough came when I stopped choosing the sides. Hi everyone, welcome back to Confessions of Classroom episode 4. I'm Arfa. Today's confession, well, it's little dramatic. I cannot even decide if my classroom is a theater or a laboratory. One day I'm Shakespeare, other day I'm Einstein, and my students, they are caught in the middle. Here is a question for you. Do you run your classroom like a science lab or a stage theater? Because here is the truth. Both can burn and crash if used alone. Think of it. Did your teacher run your classroom like a one-man Broadway show? Or just throw the activities around like a confetti and pray something would stick? Now drop T for teacher-centered and S for student-centered in the comment below. Let's see which side wins. The Bollywood movie Tare Zameen Pe. And I hope you remember the character Ishan, a boy who struggled with reading and writing. And his classroom was entirely T, teacher-centered. Chalk, talk, punishment, and repetition. And he was sitting in the audience of play he could not even follow. And his performance was judged and he failed. But then Amar Khan characters came, an art teacher, who flipped the model from teacher-centered to student-centered, and Ishan was given space, freedom, brush, and colors. He wasn't a spectator anymore, he was a creator. Did you notice? Same class, same student, but two different outcomes? How? Because he switched the classroom from stage to lab. That is the power of center. In fact, like Ishan's story tells us, sometimes students need structure of discipline and desperately waiting for freedom of discovery. Today I'm going to share my story with you. I started teaching and I was told 3 things. Own the board, control the class, and deliver the lecture. At the end, students will learn. And I did exactly that. I explained, I lectured, and I drilled like a coach before finals. And yes, they passed the exam. But 2 weeks later, gone, zero retention. Like Snapchat messages, here today, gone tomorrow. So I thought, okay, maybe I should loosen up. I swung to the other extreme, tried projects, classroom discussions, and learning discovery. And after some days, classroom looked alive, noisy, buzzing, and colorful. And parents peeked in and thought, wow, so engaging and very creative. But the truth is, half of the classroom was copying the loud voices and other quietly disappeared into wallpaper. That was the time it hit me. It isn't black and white. It is not either teacher stage or a student lab. It could be a remix. By the way, science agrees with me. In 2019, PNAS, preceding National Academy Science, published a big study. They proved that active learning boosts the performance of the students in STEM classes. Science, obviously, yes. But here is a twist. Without structure, it felt like the students are lost in the IKEA without a map. On the flip side, in the California, San Diego University says, teacher-centered methods give the clarity and control to the classrooms. They train their students Olympic-like notes taker but not thinker. So here is a real deal. In teacher-centered classroom, you get obedience, not curiosity. In student-centered classroom, you get creativity but sometimes chaos. So here is a sweet spot, a hybrid. Teacher brings structure and students bring spark. Here is my confession moment. My breakthrough came when I stopped choosing the sides and I made a sandwich lesson plan. Sandwich lesson plan? Yes. Let me show you the recipe. There are 3 steps in sandwich lesson plan. Number 1, mini lesson plan. Number 2, activity and exploration. Number 3, reflection or debrief. Let's discuss step by step. Mini lesson plan. This is your spotlight moment, and that should be for 5 to 7 minutes only. You can give quick demo, you can tell a story to your students and provide enough information related to the topic for their mental map. Keep this thing in your mind, it should not be the TED Talk. A quick, real demo. At the second step, for good 15 to 20 minutes, you need to give mic to your students and let them participate in discussions, let them argue, and find the solutions of the problems. You think it's messy? Yes. But learning? Absolutely. Now there is a third step. Once they are done with that, you need to swap back in. Not sage on the stage, but guide on the side. You connect the dots by asking these 3 questions. What did we discover? What was tricky to you? And how does it tie into tomorrow? I tried this with the grade 6 English grammar class. Conditional sentences. I did not follow the group work or a drills. I followed the simple pattern, quick demo, team challenge, and reflection. The result, next week, they were not parroting the rule. They were using it in actual sentences. Win-win situation. Here is a quick challenge for you. If you had to choose one, which would you choose? Teach for 20 minutes without saying a single word, or teach for 20 minutes without letting your students speak. Write your answer in comment sections. I will read them later. The real confession, no textbook prepared me for this balance. I had to fail on both extremes. And then I come up with this idea because I feel teaching isn't me performing or them entertaining me with the group work. It is co-creating knowledge. Teacher stage and student lab, they aren't rivals. They are dance partner. When they perform together, the classroom stop being chaotic and silent and start being alive. If this confession made you rethink about your lesson plan, save it for later. And don't forget to subscribe to Confessions of a Classroom, because every week I'm not giving you sugar-coated theories. I'm giving you real work, struggles, and strategy that actually happens in the classroom. So at the end, I would like to say, stage theater or a science lab? Maybe the answer is both. See you in next video. Bye-bye.